back into week 14, Towing the Line NFL Quick Kickoff Show with your host, the great Joey Nick.
The final boss, the people's champ, is here. We are at week 14. Right now, 9-5 on the year. Kansas City fucked me over a couple times in the past couple weeks. That's okay. We recover at 9-5. We get the double-digit wins right here, right now. Let's toe that line.
Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Cove's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Cove! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Sundae bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Sundae is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Sundae's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, nothing happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, he was still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make us do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers at wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go. Welcome back to week 14, Towing the Line with the great Joey Nick.
As always, we get the little USA moment to start. And hey, big game we're going to be talking about. And I'm looking forward to it because in my eyes, this is pretty much an elimination game, even though there's, a little over a month, big game ahead of us.
Time to talk about that game with the opening coin toss and a deep dive into Thursday Night Football with yours truly, Joey Nips.
And it landed on heads today for those keeping scores at home. Put it down on the scratch pad, but we are looking at this game being a behemoth. There is nothing funny about this one. Why? Because San Francisco right now is the 7th seed at 9-4. And Detroit, they both have 5 losses, Detroit and Dallas. So whoever loses this game is going to fall to 6, and it's going to be a hard mountain to climb. So this is what we're looking at. This is the bet right here, right now. We are looking at a 54.5 over-under in Detroit -3. and I've been struggling with this one. I'm not feeling so good. Either way, Dallas is hot. They've been coming together more. Detroit's kind of sputtered here as we move on. And what is it? What is it in Detroit? Is the rah-rah biting in the kneecaps wearing off a little without the play calling of the great Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn potentially? Is, are they starting to look a little more hapless? I don't want to fully buy into that. That's why I like them. I know it's a little scared of a play, but I kind of like Detroit money line here. It's about minus 165, depending on where you look at right now. Dallas wasn't juicy enough to completely go there at about 140, but if I have to lock one in Detroit's last-ditch effort to keep things alive at home, they had a full week off, don't forget it. They played last Thursday, but so did Dallas. So both teams have had enough time to get ready for this game, normal work weeks. But at home, I'll slightly give my lock to the Detroit money line. I wanted to think about the under, but I'm not even going to throw that in as a maybe. I'm just going to stick with the Detroit money line. Dan Campbell, you got to wake up. You got to get your team going, because if you don't now, your division's tough. The Bears and the Packers are both ahead of you. They play this weekend too. You want to keep even keel, not only for wild card, for division. So bite some damn kneecaps. Find a way to get a dub on Thursday night Amazon, and have Al Michaels talk about how you covered at the end of the day, because that's what he cares about most.
Titans, Jaguars, Texans, and Colts. It's time to take on those thinking caps and take a deep dive into the world of the AFC South.
Not going to be a good deep dive for me. I need the hard hat on right here, because the Colts got to pick up their damn lunch pail and get the F to work. For the first time all year, we are not in first place alone. Us and Jacksonville are both 8-4. And if the standings show, they'll be slightly ahead. But this Sunday, they both play. So you have the Jags and Colts at 8-4 atop the division. Jaguars are hot. Texans also hot, 4 in a row now, right on their tails at 7-5. And then Tennessee, my hat's off, because honestly, at this point, the best thing for you all to do is to keep losing. And I know y'all love your cowboy hats down there, and you keep dancing around. That's what might have to happen to the end of the season to stay healthy. Hit those big bars, look for the draft, get that number 1 pick, and match Cam Ward with something great next year, and also, of course, a new coach. So that's what's going to be on your dock. Is we got to focus on the top 3 teams. Texans, huge. I mean, we just talked about a potential elimination game with Detroit and Dallas. You could almost be saying that for Kansas City. They're at home at 6-6. Houston 7-5. Cannot afford to fall for Houston's sake in the division too much, because again, whoever wins Jags and Colts will be at 9 wins. So if they go to 7-6, it's going to be tough. They have the Colts one more time, but they're done with the Jags, so that will be a massive game at Arrowhead to see who can stay alive. Go Kansas City. Then you got to it, like I said, it's Duval Nation versus Indianapolis. The Colts have not won there since 2014. Reggie Wayne is our receivers coach. He was playing in that game. Andrew Luck was in that game. DeQuell Jackson, former linebacker, was starting. Darius Butler, who's on the McAfee podcast, was playing in there. I mean, that's how long it's been since the Colts went in Jacksonville, and I don't know why. I went there last year. Had a good time while we were out there, but not somewhere I'm rushing to get back to too quickly. We just can't effing do it. The Jags fans get more amped for this game. I don't know if the players do, because this is Liam Cohen's team. This is his first time in the race. So how much does that really matter to him? He said not much in earlier comments. So all I know is, Colts, you got to man up. I don't care you're without a couple of guys. A lot of teams are injured. Sauce, Buckner, they will be out for this one. But Daniel Jones gets a little healthier by the week. Jonathan Taylor, we're going to need a big game there. And if the Colts really want to be serious about making the playoffs and having a good year, this is the game they got to win. After losing to Houston last week at home, FU referees, I might toe the line and more on that. But this is just massive with Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt on the call in Jacksonville for first place in the AFC South. And that's your state of the damn division.
It's time to have a toast to Coach Gregg Schiano and toe that line and get those toes on that line with yours truly, Joey Nibbs.
Yes, and I had so many things. First off, hate when people get sick and shit happens. It just ruins the week. Thank God we're back to good now. But their sickness is going around everywhere, so people stay healthy because you don't want to get it. Just sets everything back. Whether you're an errands person, a workout person, what, a beer person, what, it just could set anything back. Sometimes alcohol is a cure. A lot of people, like myself, might say a glass of wine. Yeah, it may never hurt, right? But let's really toe that line. And son of a biscuit, Lane Kiffin, man. I know people can do what they want, right? You could leave your program, go somewhere better. God bless you. This probably was his American dream, going to a school like this and being the head coach. But it's a part college football issue too. When your team makes the playoffs, now you're not going to have your head coach. Just like when players sometimes choose to do it, the whole system of college football needs to be fixed on that. I don't know what you do and how you do it. But to me, everyone wants to run to NIL money and committing with players. This is why we should have deadlines on things, and things need to be done a little differently, because it is insane how you have this situation happen where you have a good Ole Miss team and now their head coach is off recruiting at LSU, building a staff. That's just dumb to me. I don't care how you fix it, fix it. And then on top of that, college football, I know it's just ranking and things are going to change this weekend. But it's important right now. Everything matters. And they put Alabama up in the standings for beating a bad Auburn team on the road. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I hope Bama just gets rolled by Georgia this weekend. But if you're a fan of Notre Dame like me, if you're a fan of Miami like people out there, if you're a fan of any of these teams on the damn bubble, again, the SEC always seems to get a little bit favoritism, and they're growing. I'm not going to talk like Brian Kelly when he went down to LSU because look at how it worked out for him. But I'm just pissed off right now with a little bit of this college football stuff. Number one, I already said Lane Kiffin. Don't need to talk about him any longer. Hope LSU goes just as bad as it did for Brian Kelly. But number two, college football, fix your damn scheduling. And then on the thing I'm going to cross the line on, and I just mentioned it a little bit earlier, we're going to wait. NFL referees, Clay Martin and your crew from Colts Texans. A lot of people talked about this on social media, so it's not bias. You had Tony Dungy call it the most egregious pass interference you've seen. I'm not even going to get into that because that could be a judgment call on the fly. But the two things I can talk about, number one, delay a game. Clocks hit 00. It's a damn penalty. You should be tased or something. The referee, like, a little tap, not an actual damn taser. We're not going that far. We should with this ref crew, honestly, after what they did. But I know they look at the ball, then they look up, then make it -1. Make something else or add a second to the play for this delay of game because 00 freaking means nothing. For all of you that didn't see it, Houston gets a delay of game. It's not called. Boom, they get a terrible pass interference call, first down. Difference between 3rd and 20 from midfield and 1st and 10 on the third. It was just complete bullshit. And then an extra point that the announcers thought were missed and others, they say the full football has to be within the post. Go look at the still shots. The full football was never in the post. Again, people, when replay's there, we hate it. When it's not there, we want it. I get it. But for the things that can be deciphered very easily, like delay of game or a point, like a missed extra point, that's a point that could have mattered. If that was gone, we could have kicked a field goal. Happens in a lot of NFL games. A lot of people have been pissed off this year. I'm finally talking about it now because it happened to my team. And the BS, it's not even – NBA is bad enough. At least they put out a report, though, and say we effed up. NFL refs don't even do that. Be better. Be freaking better, or I hope you get canned from your damn job. Not even worried about anything else after that. And that's my toe in the line for Week 14.
It's time to take out those shovels and dive in for a sweet treat and sprinkle it on with yours truly, Sunday time with Joey Nips.
Let's get a little happier now, right? Let's talk about some good. That's why I always wanted toe in the line first, then this segment, because let's look at last week. You know who gets a small piece of pie? The Buffalo Bills. They get talked badly about a lot because, they haven't made the big one with Josh Allen. But, hey, they're not in first place. But, hey, they're 8-4, and they're currently the 7th seed with kicking Pittsburgh's ass on the road. Pittsburgh looked terrible. Buffalo went in there. They took care of business. So they get the small piece. And you know who gets the big one? I'm from Chicago, the Bears. They go into Philly, the ex-defending champs, and they just took them to the woodshed. Score was closer than the actual gameplay. Philly screwed up, They fumbled. They push. People want it gone. The Bears defended it pretty well. They got a turnover out of it. And they're now the number 1 seed in the NFC because the Rams found a way to lose. Carolina, you were close to getting some treats, but you're so up and down. Need a little more consistency. We'll see what you all can do when you play Tampa twice in the next month. But big treat to the Bears. I mean, Ben Johnson, he went shirtless. Everyone's getting free hot dogs at the Wiener Circle. Not sure if that's something we should do too much, but hey, who would have thought at the beginning of the year that the Bears would be the number 1 seed in the National Football League? NFC Conference, of course. So there's your pies from last week. This week, my small one is going to the winner of Steelers-Ravens. Look, if Bengals beat Buffalo, Joe Burrow's back. So who's going to win this game? Who's going to get to 7-6? It's in Baltimore. They've been playing a lot better than the Steelers have, but both teams have been kind of way too up and down. Somebody needs to get consistency and take control of the AFC North. I don't want to have to stutter over it again. One of you get that sweet treat this weekend. It would be so nice. You're over 500. You're in first place alone. God bless you. Then my big one, I just talked about him, but the Bears-Packers winner, the best rivalry in the National Football League dating back for decades. Whoever wins this game is going to be in control of the NFC North and probably in control of the NFC outside of the Rams. A lot's at stake here, and I know the Eagles will always be there. But this game means so much, not only to the North, but to the NFC in general. Who's going to step up? Is it the new-look Bears, or who a lot of people predicted to probably be good this year in Green Bay? Cannot wait for that. And then to end it, Colts Jags. I won't get into it too much, but whoever wins is alone in first place. Break the damn streak, Indy. Get the monkey off your chest like the week 1 streak. Or will it be the new Duval, Liam Cohen's and Trevor Lawrence's? We'll find that all out Sunday, but there's going to be 3 treats.
Time to get on those gloves and get your hands dirty and close things out with some good old locker room talk. And yours truly, Joey Nip.
Yes, and that boxing probably looked terrible. That's why I don't do it. That is why we don't do it here. But hey, had to stretch out, had to get going, Don't want to get too stiff. This episode's a little bit longer, so I want to cut right to it. Championship weekend. Put your big boy shoes on. Indiana, Ohio State at Lucas Oil. Tickets are insanely crazy. For nosebleed, it's hundreds. We have every championship. Friday night, we got games Saturday. And then, of course, NFL Sunday. But the key for these teams, can BYU pull it off? Notre Dame doesn't play in a championship game. They're going to be watching all of these. Bama and Georgia I talked about. There's just going to be so many good matchups. What's going to happen? Where will teams be seated? And this will affect many teams in the hunt. They have to kind of sit and watch behind as they see what happens before the 12-team playoff gets ran out there. And then a lot of you fantasy football owners out there, for many leagues, not all, some playoffs have started, some have not, but this is a lot of the last week of the regular season for people. Who is going to step up? Even if you can knock somebody out, if you're eliminated, don't quit yet. Never give up, like John Cena says, because we are in the final week of my guy, John Cena. December 13th, 2 weeks, excuse me. So don't stop now. Keep your foot on the gas. I'm in 6 leagues, looking to make the playoffs and probably 4. One of them I'm dog shit. I'm treating it like the others. You try to beat them. I got to play a little pipsqueak in that league. Tones knows who I'm talking about. We win the bets, not this person. But that's towing the line week 14. I can't believe where we're at. Everyone stay safe. If you do any shopping, you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate out there, have a safe and happy December because there's snow in a lot of places. And the only good thing about snow is snow football because shoveling sucks. And that's your toe in the line with Joey Nibs.
Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
That was awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly,
Yeah.
from there,
Yeah.
the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But to watch that and to think I wished I was there live, so to have your video was so cool, and just that, hey, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's just so cool to see. It's just fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
And honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house. Man, you guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like he got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, and still like, but look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then kind of make it do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers at wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go.